Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. I'm very glad about this opportunity to present the European Commission's approach to the integration of migrants, and I will focus in my presentation on the European agenda for integration of third country nationals. This is a communication that the Commission has published in July last year. Migrants should enjoy comparable rights and responsibilities to those of EU citizens. This is the objective. Yeah. This objective is the core of the integration process. Discrimination and other obstacles, such as maybe the lack of recognition of qualifications acquired outside the EU, put migrants at risk of unemployment, underemployment, and exploitation. The Commission presented its view on how to enhance the economic, social, cultural, and political participation of migrants in the European agenda for integration. Meeting the main integration challenges requires the active cooperation between various levels of government and various policy areas, as we already have heard in the previous section of this conference. Integration is a process that happens on the ground, and effective solutions to challenges linked to this process must be found in each local context. And I'm very happy to be in this panel where there are many case studies and experiences of different countries presented. So how to reinforce action at the local level is therefore one of the key areas of the European agenda. And the Commission is working closely with the Committee of the Region and European associations of local and regional authorities to build a strategic partnership in this respect and to implement the agenda. Further to the presentation of the European Agenda for Integration, there were Council conclusions adopted in December last year that also underlined that integration policy should be formulated and implemented with an active involvement of local and regional authorities and practitioners at local level, stakeholders. So while the EU member states are responsible for the design and implementation of integration policies, of course, the European Commission's role is, in this context, that of a coordinator and facilitator of exchanges of best practices, so as to contribute to safeguarding migrants' rights and reinforce their integration. In line with these objectives, so-called European modules for integration have been developed in a pilot project between the Commission and the Member States, and they are based on commonly identified challenges and on experiences and practices of what works and what does not, and what works not in the Member States. These modules apply to areas such as the organization of introductory and language courses, to the ensuring a strong commitment by the receiving societies, and in the field of enhancing migrants' participation. The aim of these modules is to provide a reference framework and help to increase the quality of policies and practices across the EU. These modules should be seen as recommendations and also developed as such because the work on them is not finished yet, and be adapted to different national contexts and the needs of member states, regions, cities. In this very same framework, there have been also common European indicators being identified to monitor results of integration policies, and these indicators apply to the areas of relevance for integration, which are education, employment, social inclusion, and active citizenship. Moreover, the European agenda also proposes to further explore the role of migrants' countries of origin in support of the integration process. Also considering the positive impact a successful integration process might have on the development of countries of origin. The involvement of countries of origin could include, for instance, preparing the integration process before migrants' departure, favoring beneficial contacts between the communities, migrant communities and their countries of origin, and creating a favorable environment for mobility that can facilitate integration in the destination country and at the same time development in the country of origin. And finally, I would like to turn to my last point, which is the EU financial support to local initiatives and local actors, and which is designed to reinforce, among others, the learning process across the EU member states. There is the European Integration Fund, for instance, which supports measures aimed at improving diversity management in neighborhoods, intercultural training, the promotion for courses for better understanding of the integration processes, platforms and tools for learning. This fund contributes to the Member States' effort towards better integration of migrants and capacity building at a national, regional and local level. And this has been confirmed by the national evaluation reports that have been submitted by the Member States and also by an intermediary report on the results achieved so far. It is based on this positive experience that the European Commission has proposed, in the context of the next financial period, which will be 2014-2020, the creation of a new fund. It's called the Asylum and Migration Fund. And this Asylum and Migration Fund should continue contributing to support legal migration to the EU in line with economic and social needs of the Member States, as well as to promote effective integration of third country nationals, legal migrants, including asylum seekers and beneficiaries of international protection. And with these elements taken from the agenda, European agenda, I would like to close, and thanks for your attention.